On his way into a New York courtroom after a break in his New York civil fraud trial on Tuesday, former US President Donald Trump said in response to the plea deal by former lawyer Jenna Ellis, "In order to do something, I guess she made a deal. It's too bad to see it."
Mr. President, are you concerned about Jenna Ellis' plea deal?
No, don't know anything about it. Don't know anything. We're totally innocent of everything. That's political for
What about Tom Emmer
She was
being...
a big fan of that. And in order to do something, I guess she made a deal. It's too bad to see it, but no, not at all. Tom Emmer, it looks like he's finished. He was not a supporter. He was a runner. And it looks like he's finished, but we'll see. You never know.
Do you support anyone else for speaker, sir?
I'll let you know. The trial is going, as you can see, extremely well. Thank you very much. Shouldn't be a trial. There shouldn't be a trial. It's called election interference. Should not be a trial. Thank you very much.
Ellis pleaded guilty on Tuesday to helping the then-U.S. president's efforts to overturn his 2020 election defeat in the state of Georgia and agreed to testify against Trump if called upon. Ellis, her voice cracking at times, told an Atlanta court that she failed to do my due diligence in vetting claims about voter fraud from other Trump attorneys. She said she regretted representing Trump after the election.
Thank you, Your Honor, for the opportunity to address the court. As an attorney who is also a Christian, I take my responsibilities as a lawyer very seriously, and I endeavor to be a person of sound moral and ethical character in all of my dealings. In the wake of the 2020 presidential election, I believed that challenging the results on behalf of President Trump should be pursued in a just and legal way. I endeavored to represent my client to the best of my ability. I relied on others, including lawyers with many more years of experience than I, to provide me with true and reliable information, especially since my role involved speaking to the media and to legislators in various states. What I did not do, but should have done, Your Honor, was to make sure that the facts the other lawyers alleged to be true were in fact true. In the frenetic pace of attempting to raise challenges to the election in several states, including Georgia, I failed to do my due diligence. I believe in and I value election integrity. If I knew then what I know now, I would have declined to represent Donald Trump in these post-election challenges. I look back on this whole experience with deep remorse. For those failures of mine, Your Honor, I have taken responsibility already before the Colorado bar who censured me, and I now take responsibility before this court and apologize to the people of Georgia. Thank you.
And then thank you, Ms. Ellis, for sharing that. All too often, I don't get to hear the perspective of the accused in these cases. Ms. Ellis, I have a few questions that I have to go over with you. Do you understand the nature of this charge that as it's been reaccused against you?
I do.
And you heard the rights that you would waive by going forward with this plea. Do you still wish to waive those rights?
Yes.
And are you pleading guilty today because you agree that there is a factual basis as outlined by the state to support this guilty plea?
I do.
Well, I find that there is a sufficient factual basis for the charges, and I find that this plea of guilty is knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently entered. Ms. Ellis, you've asked to be sentenced under the First Offender Act, which is a request that I will approve, and I'll withhold adjudication. But I do have to notify you that you can't withdraw your plea simply because you don't abide by the terms of the sentence. And the terms of the sentence would be as negotiated and agreed to by both parties. On the sole count of aiding and abetting false statements and writings, the sentence would be 5 years probation. You're to pay a $5,000 fine to the Georgia Secretary of State's office within 30 days of the entry of the final disposition.
Ellis is the third member of Trump's legal team to reach a plea deal since Thursday, following Sidney Powell and Kenneth Chesebro, and the fourth of the 19 people charged in the sweeping racketeering indictment brought by Fulton County District Attorney to agree to testify.